Wow, what a performance. Man United 5. Man United 5. Leipzig 0. I remember when they told us this was the group of death. I remember when us as United fans, we saw the balls pulled out of the pot and we saw PSG and Leipzig and we done a Gary Neville. We done a ooh. And you know what? 2 games in, the 2 toughest games first, 6 points, smashed Leipzig to bits today. But look, let's keep it in context. What a result. Brilliant result. But there were so many layers to the result. The first thing is the team selection. Ole Gunnar Solsjkaer. There's been a lot of talk about Nagelsmann. He's a fantastic coach. He's a young coach. And how good a team Leipzig are. A lot of hype around that. So a lot of pressure on Ole to deliver. He could have gone defensive. He could have tried to make us soak up the pressure. He could have tried to make us, I don't know, conservative. But he went for it. A diamond in midfield. First time we've seen him start with that formation. And I liked it. I said it from the start. I said, I hope we get a performance that matches the team selection. Because not only did he play a diamond, but I feel he played the right players in there. He gave Bruno a rest. He gave Marcus Rashford a rest. And Jesus, we'll get onto Marcus Rashford shortly. But I have to say, Van der Beek, I thought, had a solid game. Yes, he didn't tear up all the trees you would have wanted him to, but he was involved and he kept things simple. I think we saw the best of Paul Pogba so far this season on the left-hand side of that diamond. I thought he worked really well on and off the ball. Fred, I thought, was superb. Yes, he gives the ball away sometimes, and yes, he can be frustrating, but he was everywhere. And Matic at the pivot of that is always going to be a handful. And I thought we started the game really well. The first 5 minutes, yes, Leipzig kept the ball well, and we could see what they were trying to do. But the key moments were coming from us. We had Pogba getting involved, Mason Greenwood making good runs, Martial making good runs, and the first goal comes at about 20 odd minutes. Great ball from Paul Pogba and Mason Greenwood. You know what? Big up to him. He's gone for a rough time with things probably off the field. We don't know exactly what they are. We don't need to get involved in that. But he's a young kid with a big future ahead of him, and he settled himself down after being out for a little while, in and out of the team, not playing, out of the England squad, etc., etc. Sets us off on the perfect foot. 1 touch, 1 goal. That's all he needs. Absolutely clinical, and that set us up right. But after that, I have to say we dropped off. But what I liked about the performance is, yeah, okay, we dropped off. Leipzig are a good team. I saw people moaning at halftime on Twitter saying Pogba's not doing well enough. Luke Shaw's lazy, this and that, and just looking for something to moan at. I'm like, we're 1-0 up at halftime against a very good team. And what I liked about the performance, especially in the first half, is that, okay, we scored and the pressure was then on us, but could we stay compact? Could we concentrate? Could we, most importantly, not make mistakes? And that's what we done. I thought Wan-Bissaka had a very good game. I thought Luke Shaw had a very good game. Lindelof, I thought, was brilliant. Maguire wasn't too bad. I thought he was steady as well. De Gea kept concentrated, made some crucial saves at the right time. So for me, we saw different elements of a performance today. We didn't just see all gun-ho attacking with the attacking players that we had. We actually saw a resolute, structural, compact system that worked. Yeah, everyone talks about Ole's system or Ole's lack of tactics. Well, he's gone to a back 5 against PSG and outdone them. And he's gone to a diamond against RB Leipzig, who had their 5 at the back, outdone them, 5-0, kept a clean sheet. So you've got to give props to the manager there. Individuals, like I said, in midfield, I thought we were good. But I have to give a big shout out to Fred. I want to focus on Fred a little bit because there was 2 defensive midfielders players playing in there, right, in Matic and Fred. But they weren't playing in a double pivot. And I think when you change the dynamic of the midfield, you just change the angle that it can be at, and it's so adaptable. Pogba, when he wasn't on the ball, was almost like a left winger. His positioning was like a left winger. He was coming back and helping out Luke Shaw with the right wing back who was coming forward for Leipzig, who was actually causing some troubles early on. And I liked it. Fred was just everywhere. He was at people's heels, loads of interceptions. If Fred could just improve his passing, I think he would be the complete midfielder for us anyway. I know he's not the best in his position in the whole of world football, but he's very good. I think he just needs to tighten up on his passing and brushing up on that. And I think he will come up trumps for us. Then we get into the second half. Can we improve? And I think we did improve. And the biggest thing what I liked about it as well, I thought Van der Beek did well as well. People saying he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Listen, every time he touched the ball, he was assured, he was composed, he had good touches, good awareness, and kept things ticking on. Nearly scored as well. But I like when Solskjaer made the changes. I do. Matic, to be fair, was doing well, but he was on the yellow card. But it's kind of a like for like. Yes, Matic is a bit more defensive minded than Scott, but in terms of the players in this system, it's going to be a like for like. And I thought McTominay done really well when he come on. But Solsjkaer, I thought, made the changes at the right time. Rashford for Greenwood, I think that was the right time. And you know what? I've said the name Rashford, Sir Rashford, MBE, PhD, HND, whatever you want to call it, A-level, B-Tech, whatever you want to put before and after his name. He was absolutely superb today. I think that's his first hat-trick, I think. Brilliant. And you know what? It isn't, with everything he's doing off the pitch, it's so refreshing that actually he can perform on it. And you know what? I'm one of Marcus Rashford's biggest critics in terms of, I think he's a fantastic player. But we all know as Man United fans, he can dip in form, in and out, in and out. But what we do know is that he possesses a quality, which is why we get frustrated in the first place, because we know that he's capable of producing that. Of course, he's not going to come off the bench every time and score a hat-trick or score a hat-trick every game. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that he's capable of that. Bruno, when he came on, you could see the writings was on the wall. He was just involved straight away. And the ball that he plays to Rashford, who when Rashford's well onside, within the halfway line, could have stopped Marcus Rashford. He could have just been distracted by the linesman flag, but play to the whistle. Very, very simple concept of football. You do not stop until you hear the referee's whistle, because he could have literally just saw the liner and just stopped. But he didn't. He's tucked it away. Great finish. And you know what? When we get the penalty, I love what he done for Martial. Martial's had a tough time. I thought Martial played really well as well. Big up Martial. Might have not been on the score sheet from open play, but when we needed him, when we needed to relieve pressure, when we needed to get a free kick and gather ourselves, when we needed to put some pressure on Leipzig and get them turned, he was there. Do you know what I mean? And he won the penalty as well, and could have had a couple of assists. So he was really good. But what I loved about Rashford, to give him the penalty when you're on a hat-trick, really selfless act. You know, you look at your teammate, they haven't got a goal this season. They've had a rough time. You know he's not going to play the next game because he's still suspended. Gives him the ball. I don't think you gave it to him, but he walked away and said, you have it. That was just a selfless act. It's just as selfless as what he's doing off the pitch. And then to get the hat-trick in the end as well, which just puts the cherry on the top. Do you know what I mean? The only thing missing was the Cavani goal, which obviously was offside, but what a great finish that was as well. So all over the pitch, there was brilliant performances. Ollie made the tactics, the substitutions at the right time. And he's done a job. He's done a job. And you know what? Since the Tottenham battering, the 6-1 after the international break, you have to say, we've been pretty good. The Chelsea draw was disappointing, yes, because we wanted to go and win after a positive result against PSG. But you got to put things into context. Newcastle, good win. PSG, good win. Chelsea, okay, we didn't lose, build confidence. And now this. So we're going into the Arsenal game, you know, almost like we're doing superbly. And for me, the biggest thing I'll leave you guys on this, I'm saying, do not change that shape. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you're watching this, you're definitely not watching this, but please do not change that shape. I think you've got to go with it again. I want to see the diamond again. And the obvious changes are you put Rashford and, well, you can't really have Martial. So Rashford and Greenwood up front, I'd go with, or maybe even Cavani. And for me, I would go with Bruno in the 10, and I'd play exactly the same team. Other than that, really, I'd start Scott again. I'd start Matic again. I'd start Fred. I'd start Pogba and go for Arsenal. They're going to be nervous. So my man of the match anyway, it has to be Marcus Rashford, man. What a performance. What a win. Clean sheet, 5 goals. Roll on Arsenal. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.